You probably remember the Andy Griffith Show as a sweet, small-town series where everyone got along, laughter was easy, and the biggest drama was Opie getting in trouble. But behind the scenes, things weren't always so picture-perfect. In fact, something happened between two cast members that left a lasting scar, so much so that one of them never forgave the other. We're talking about George Lindsey, who played the lovable, goofy mechanic Goober, and Frances Bavier, the stern but caring Aunt Bee. On screen, you'd think they were just part of the wholesome Mayberry family. But behind the cameras, there was a clash that George never forgot. It all happened during the filming of an episode of Mayberry RFD, the spin-off that continued after the Andy Griffith Show ended. The episode was called The Racehorse, and like usual, George was cracking jokes and lightening the mood between scenes. He had a habit of telling funny stories, and occasionally, he'd toss in a little salty language. Nothing extreme, just mild cursing and rough talk. But Frances Bavier didn't like it one bit. She was from a more old-fashioned generation. She believed in maintaining respect and professionalism, especially on a set where children and families were the intended audience. While others may have laughed it off, Frances didn't. According to George, instead of pulling him aside for a quiet word, she scolded him loudly, in front of the entire cast and crew. But that wasn't all. She then reportedly hit him on the head twice with her umbrella. George was stunned. Embarrassed. He felt completely humiliated, especially because it happened in front of everyone. That moment stuck with him deeply. Even years later, George talked about how hurt he was by the experience. He said he never forgave Frances for that outburst. Even fellow actor Ken Berry, who played Sam on Mayberry RFD, later admitted that Frances might have taken things too far. Some say she was just staying true to her values, trying to keep the set respectful. Others feel she overreacted, and that her response was both aggressive and unnecessary. Frances Bavier left Mayberry RFD after its first season. Her role as Aunt Bee remains beloved by fans around the world, but behind the smiles and warm dinners was a strained relationship with at least one cast member. George Lindsey carried that moment with him for the rest of his life. It's a reminder that sometimes, what we see on screen is very different from the real stories behind the scenes. Love untold Hollywood stories like this? Stick around, there's plenty more where that came from.